Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! Wow, I'm Chewy Mew. Welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome back to Venom Month. A Chewy Mew video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I recently got from a package on eBay. Is the ToyBiz on-camera spider Bride of Venom, also known as She-Venom. And I think her name is Anne Weighing? I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, there's her name. And it's not loading on this phone, but yeah, that's her name. She's known as, yeah, it says at the top, Anne Weighing. She's known as She-Venom or the Bride of Venom. She looks really good there. Let's take a look at some images here. As you can see, they nailed the figure's super, like, voluptuous design. The one difference here is this one has a bunch of blue wash and blue shading. They did a little bit of it, which I'm glad they didn't overdo it, because I feel like on a comic book, sometimes having a lot of wash works. Sometimes on a figure, I don't think it does. They didn't put the green slime and stuff that she usually has, which, you know, that's fine. It still looks phenomenal here. And so this was a quick backstory. I'm getting choked up here. The bottom of her foot says 1997 Marvel ToyBiz Incorporated. The other foot says Made in China. And so some really quick backstory. This was at the time when McFarlane was starting to make sort of monstrous nightmare fuel. I'm going to call it, put her on the sink. She didn't stand up too good. They were making 6-inch scale figures with a lot of detail. Definitely outclassing ToyBiz as far as their 90s figures. This one has a lot of detail too, like sculpted on scars and attachments and stuff. The Hasbro one just has Winter Soldier's arm, Spidey on, I think, the Vulcan body, and then a new head sculpt. You don't get any of this cool Power Ranger Battleizer stuff with it. You can see they do have a bunch of sculpting, but Hasbro started making ToyBiz started making 6-inch scale figures. And this thing, she does look short. She is shorter than most Spider-Man figures compared to, like, my first ever Spider-Man figure here. She is shorter, but also her back is arched, kind of weird. But, like, if you have her back straightened up like that, and then, like, her legs aren't straight, but if they were, I think she'd be probably, like, up to here compared to Spider-Man. I think the height on these two would be a lot similar if she wasn't hunched over. That's, like, only my issue with this figure is how she's hunched over weird. Like, having low posability is not an issue for me anymore. I think I've reached the point in collecting that having low articulation is not really an issue, unless it's like, I don't know, unless, for example, like if they make if they made Sinister Six Spider-Man with superposable arms, and all his legs could do was this, it'd be like, well, that sucks if you give him all this upper body detail, but then all his legs can do is, like, kick. That would be bad, you know. But if it was like, he has, like, double-jointed elbows, knees, ball-jointed shoulders and legs, and then ball-jointed head. It'd be like, well, he has low articulation, but the sculpt makes up for it. Like, this thing, she is kind of a statue-ish with, like, very minimal posing, which I'm actually surprised she has these joints. Looking at pictures on eBay and seeing reviews, I don't remember anyone mentioning that she actually has these sort of arm joints. I just thought she had the rotation. You also get rotation in the wrist. We're not doing articulation yet, so let's not do it yet. She does, I was about to say she doesn't stand up, but she does stand up. Just, you know, boom. What the heck? Why is she standing up now? When I was doing the unboxing, she just did not stand up good. I do also have this Venom stand, which is kind of bad looking. This does have peg holes that works for modern ToyBiz figures, or, like, I say modern, I mean, like, the Marvel Legends era of ToyBiz figures. So you can see it does hold Sinister Six Spider-Man. This is made for 6-inch scale ToyBiz figures, and very, very good that her peg holes fit perfectly for this base. So I can use the ToyBiz bases I made. So that's really good. That's definitely a good thing as well. Like I was saying, articulation being low is not really an issue to me, because but the sculpt is great. I had this problem too, where when I put a figure next to the camera, I bend the knees so they're closer. Let's move my camera a little bit. Let's take a look here. So the one difference between this and, like, a lot of the comic appearances, you actually see her face coming out here. She has some decent wash in the hair. It's like this bright yellow color. Fortunately, there's some black paint bleeding through, or like paint coming off, so you see the black plastic they used. The very good looking face there for being for being a 90s ToyBiz figure when they weren't super prioritizing sculpt. I mean, they slowly were prioritizing sculpt over just, you know, cheap figures. You can see she has really good face detail. You can see the eye there. Let's zoom in a bit. Really appreciate this. You can see the mouth there. The lipstick is slightly off, but also I'm zoomed in ×3. So you're generally not going to be seeing this much detail. I like the eye painting. She does look like she has, like, some dust on the face. I think that's just, like, the dots from like airbrushing. I don't know. Nice eyeliner there too. Doesn't look too bad. And then you can see the face there. You can see the symbiote kind of crawling on her face there. This zoomed in, it does look kind of weird, but it also looks good. The teeth, although they look kind of messy, and you can see green saliva coming off there on both sides, or drool, I think it still looks good. Like, from a distance, seeing this, like here, this is about, I'm about maybe 1 foot away from the camera. This right here looks phenomenal. It looks really good. Even you bring it up close here, but if you zoom in, that's like looking super up close. She still looks really good. If it focuses, you know, come on, dude. It's not focusing now. Very nicely detailed face. It looks really good. I really like this Venom eye. You know, this is one of those things where I know ToyBiz didn't do head swaps, especially in the 90s. They did very rarely, occasionally. I kind of like this, that you can see part of her face. Kind of looks like Battle Ravage Spider-Man, that you see part of his face. You see part of her face, and then a half Venom face. Both of these faces look pretty cool, but if I had to choose, I'd rather have the full... why does it not focus? I'd rather just have the full Venom head, just because I think it looks really cool. I like that they didn't give her the crazy tongue, they just gave her just a kind of more, just Venom head, you know? You guys see, like, wrinkles there on top of the head. Dude, it's focusing on her body, not the face. As far as the back of the head, you just get kind of standard-looking head there. You do get a little bit of blue wash here and there. Looking at the back, they didn't do the spider. I completely missed that. That spider should probably be complete. That's weird. It's so weird how it's missing. Maybe that's how she looks. I don't know. It's just a blue wash more here on like her back, and then on the hands here, on this leg here as well. ToyBiz hadn't yet mastered washing figures. Because they also weren't prioritizing washing as much. They did definitely improve compared to something like Sinister Six Spider-Man with tons of black washed in the blue. Mine's been played with a lot, so a lot of his paint is worn off. But you can see how the wash on him is a lot more wash. There's like a piece of white, whatever. You can see they sculpted her belly button right there in between the spider logo. I like the ToyBiz would sometimes do that. Like they sculpted Sinister Six Venom's belly button as well. See some blue hands here. Kind of long fingers. They look really cool. You can see the web, or the symbiote detail. It looks like chunks. I like that it's not just a flat body. Like her torso is mostly a flat body, but all the rest of her body has some sort of detail. Except like, oh no, I was going to say the feet. The feet also do have little symbiote bumps here and there, which is really cool. Got some dirty black paint there, or red. You can see like symbiote spikes kind of coming out. Look at that detail. Looks really good here as well. I think they forgot to paint this these parts right here, the flesh tone. At least like right here, that looks like it would be a patch of her skin color. A really good looking body. I'm gonna be honest. It looks really good. It definitely does have the female form that a lot of ToyBiz figures don't have, like Black Cat. They definitely did it here. It seems like they can definitely sculpt female forms to look like a woman, or more woman-ish, when they don't have posability. Like, it looks pretty good, though. Obviously very big, you know, parts. The spider logo, they did really good drawing it or painting it on alongside the body. Unfortunately, there is a chip of paint right there, which that kind of sucks that it's right in the open. If it was like on the back or something, that'd be okay, but right there. I might try and, you know, maybe touch it up with paint and try to get rid of it. It looks like a brown, like, smudge or something. Maybe from being played with, they got dirty or something. I don't know. The arms here also have some nice web sculpting, and symbiote sculpting, not webs. Very nice detail there as well. I like seeing some of these early ToyBiz figures that for the arms that have this sort of like pre-ball joint, you can actually see the pin for it. I don't know, I just kind of like that. To me, it's kind of cool. Like Fearsome Foes Rhino has the pinned arms and legs. I just kind of like it. To me, that looks kind of cool. There's like dust going down the crack of her back there. The butt is... ToyBiz always did this weird butt thing. Like the Black Cat figure, when you move her legs out, her butt cheeks, like they're on the legs instead of on the body like they're supposed to be. It looks really weird there. Like from the side it looks normal, but from the back it looks kind of weird. Her legs kick back really far, so that's really cool. She can do the splits like this. That's really cool. This blue wash is... I wish this blue wash was a little more consistent. It looks weird. It looks like they just painted this part blue. It doesn't look like wash. It just looks like they painted it blue. See her skin coming through it. She looks really good. Very nice detail to it. The bottom of the foot I already showed. Yeah, it says ToyBiz 1997 Marvel ToyBiz Worldwide. The other one says Made in China, or just says China. It looks really cool. I do want to compare her to the ToyBiz, the Spider-Man Classics Black Suit Spider-Man. Let me take him off the stand here. And I feel like, you know, some of these earlier ToyBiz figures, especially Spider-Man Classics Series 1 and 2, they were a bit shorter compared to later ones. Like for example, he is shorter than Sinister Six Spider-Man. Sinister Six Spider-Man should actually be a bit taller because his neck's broke. It used to be a bit longer, but you can see the height. His legs are kind of bent weird, but you can see he is slightly bigger. I feel like this one, he does have a bit of blue wash here and there. You can see much more subtle compared to hers. But I feel like these two, they both have the very glossy color, which I think looks kind of good here. Sometimes I think glossy color on figures makes them look kind of plasticky. But I feel like in this sense, it kind of works because, I don't know, I kind of like the Black Suit Spider-Man characters being glossy. You can see she is shorter, but also she's a bit shorter. But like I said, if she was standing up straighter, they definitely would be closer in height. Like if she was standing up, she'd probably be like up to here maybe the same height as Spider-Man. But her body's like has this weird curve to it. I would prefer it if they just had her body, her back like straight, and maybe have the legs just have like the T-hips. I don't know. It looks cool. Like the pose looks cool. It just, I don't know, it makes her look shorter than she actually is. She looks smaller, you know. Still very good looking. I still really like the figure. As far as articulation, the head rotates all the way around. That's really squeaky. That's kind of scary. The torso is kind of breaking open here, probably from just, you know, play with and being old. The arms rotate all the way around. They go decently up. They go about up as high as the Hasbro figures nowadays. You get rotation here in the wrist. It would be cool if she had like a rotation in the elbow. That'd be cool. The legs kick up. Like I said, they go all the way around here. She can do the splits like this, which that's really cool. Then you do get a like mid thigh rotation instead of having like the regular ToyBiz ball legs, which those didn't exist yet. But you know, very good articulation. The same on both of these. And that's it there. So the posability is low, but like I've said at the beginning, I've reached the point in collecting where low articulation is not an issue anymore to me. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, like if you know, don't get me wrong. If this figure had like the posability of like the '90s ToyBiz superposable Spider-Man, I would not complain. It'd be like, you know, that's phenomenal. It looks great. Like if she had like the ball joint legs, the ankle joints, the wrist joints, knees and elbows. You know, ball joint torso, waist swivel, ball joint head. I mean, it would kind of break up the sculpt, but if she had a lot of posability, I wouldn't turn it down. But the fact that she doesn't is not a big issue for me. Like, I don't think less of the figure just because the posability is low. More posability would just make me like it maybe more, but I think it looks great. This is a pre-pose statue. That's what it's meant to be. I'm not going to judge it like a superposable Spider-Man figure because that's not what this is meant to be. You know, very good looking. You can get her posed like her arms up like this, which, you know, that's cool. I just don't like her position, her pose. I just wish her legs were her knees were more straight and her back wasn't so arched. But either way, that's over this video. Let me know what you think about this figure. I think this figure is phenomenal. I didn't mention it too much, but I did mention it kind of. I do like the glossy look of this. Generally, some figures look kind of plasticky and cheapy when not being very glossy or being too glossy. But to me, this kind of works, you know. Like this Spider-Man also works, being very glossy as well. This Venom here, he's not glossy at all, and it looks good too. It's hard to explain, but sometimes when a figure is really glossy, it looks good. Sometimes it looks kind of plasticky or kind of greasy. But either way, that's over this video. Let me know what you think about this figure, and I'll see you guys in the next review. I might not even need to do wow. I'll do like half wow, because it's so good. Wow. Bye, guys.